Hello, Fort Walton Beach community. Yes, that's right. It's part 3 of our public service announcements on the surtax. Matt Turpin down there from Bank of England Mortgage, who's our representative on the Okaloosa County Surtax Committee. Nice to have you, Matt.
Great to be here.
We're here with our special guest, Sheriff Eric Aden. We're going to talk about public safety aspect of this. And it was 7 years ago, I sat right here in this room with Sheriff Larry Ashley, and he said, if we don't do something soon here in Okaloosa County, the world of Okaloosa County is not going to be the same. Sheriff Aden, can you tell us about what Sheriff Ashley was talking about at that time?
Well, the forefront, we had overdoses were on the increase with the shutdown of the opioids, pill mills that we had in Florida. And so we saw a huge increase in opioids, but also he started recognizing the need for us to try and look at infrastructure from a public safety standpoint. School shootings were on a rise. We had a radio system that badly needed to be purchased and reorganized with a new updated system. So that was one of the things he recognized, just because the antiquated system that we had.
Yeah, I know, Matt, we've been talking about this a long time, and now you're on that surtax committee. Tell us about that new project you just approved. Is the reason we're here.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got 3 buckets of what these funds will be used for, the half-cent sales tax. One bucket is public safety. One of the big ticket items was a new communication system countywide, so that the first responders, all first responders, can communicate efficiently and quickly in any type of situation. So the half-cent sales tax oversight committee in our last meeting approved to go to the Board of County Commissioners the huge communication system that will be a complete overhaul of the current communication system.
Yeah, Sheriff Aden, when I saw that headline, I remember thinking back to myself, that is why we did that surtax. That's why those people voted for it in November of 2018. Tell us a little bit about that communication system, what it's going to do for the citizens here of Okaloosa County.
Well, not just the fact that Larry Ashley had the vision to be able to recognize the deficiency that we had here, but then it was never more prominent and evident than when he was on the commission for the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas shooting. We're an anomaly in Okaloosa County. We have 1 municipality to our east in Walton County where we have Defeniak Springs. We have 2 to our west. We have 9. So that means that we, us and municipalities, need to be able to speak together, not to mention EMS and fire. And that was a deficiency that was recognized out of the commission in the investigation that was done after the shooting in Marjorie Stoneman. So never was it more a push from the Sheriff's Office. And we want to thank, first, before we forget, we want to thank not only the chamber for championing the half-cent sales tax that has gotten so many things for this county that we've desperately needed, but also the community that supported it. The community, I put our community up against any other community in the United States as far as their support of public safety, and that's one of the reasons that they championed this and passed the sales tax.
Yeah, when I saw that headline, I could not have been happier. I called Matt up and I said, this is spectacular. This is what all our hard work was worth. Now, then Matt would tell me, he said, oh, by the way, have you heard about the dogs?
Very cool concept with the new medical marijuana laws. The Sheriff's Department requested to purchase 7 new canines that are trained to not smell marijuana. The state's attorney's office was not prosecuting cases where when the dog would indicate there was a certain smell, but the dog couldn't tell you whether it was cocaine, heroin, or marijuana. So the county got 7 new canines that don't smell marijuana but smell the other illegal drugs. And all of the retired canine officers were retired to their handlers, and we now have 7 new canines, and that's just an interesting story in the current world that we live in, that a dog can't tell you whether it smells cocaine or marijuana. Now he can.
Yeah, and Sheriff Aden, a real special treat about those 7 folks. Why don't you tell the world about who they're named after?
Oh yeah, our fallen officers, Skip York and Bill Myers and Bert Lopez and Forgione. We have 3 of our dogs are named after 4 of our fallen officers. So it was really cool because the handlers get to pick the names, and they chose to honor those fallen officers by naming the dogs after them. So
very grateful for the surtax committee, Matt Turpin, the chair this year, representing Fort Walton Beach Chamber of Commerce, Sheriff Eric Aden, using these funds to make Okaloosa County a much better place. That's all this time. Come back. We'll be coming back with more with Sheriff Eric Aden.